11 on the 250 level. You can see here the tunnel's really angled. This is to do with the natural geology of the vein they were working. Here's ore chute number 12, and to my right here is a manway, maybe a chute as well, going down to that level below us. Yep. And this just keeps going. There's ore chutes 13 and 14 up there ahead of us. There's some serious weight on these timbers. I mean, this thing is bent like 15 degrees from all that weight. And that's a 7-inch diameter log, completely bent. Here, going by ore chute 13. Looks like they used a whole ladder here as shoring. It's kind of funny. Wow. And this part of the tunnel is really large. It's about 10 feet tall. Again, look at, oh my God, wow. These S-shaped logs holding all this up. That is wild. Wow. Those are not supposed to be bent like that. Alright. Looks like we're gonna hit the end here, and I'm guessing, based on what I've seen in this mine, this was not the end of the tunnel, but in fact a giant collapse. That's exactly what it looks like. See, those beams are cracked. A lot of weight on those. And this material probably came down from a backfilled stope. So that's the end of the line in this level. Alright, we're at the end of this tunnel, and I'm just going to film going backwards because I forgot to film getting to this point, so we're just going to see it in reverse here. This ore chute is open, but it's blocked off up there. Realizing that the scary thing about this mine is that this stope doesn't just end at this level, it goes down to the level below us, and that right there is backfilled material in that stope. And I know this because there's buried stalls, so I'm kind of walking on a false floor right now, which is definitely not the safest thing. Anyways, here to the right is a dual compartment chute, a manway on one side and just a timbered chute on the other side. There's the timbered chute. I would say that goes down about 50 feet, 40 feet. There's a ladder on that side. Here's the door, the trap door that would have plugged up that chute. And then up above, the manway continues up into the stope. It's fully timbered and everything. And again, we're just walking under enormous amounts of waste material held up by the ceiling timbers. And this is a pretty clear example of that kind of proves that the stope continues downwards. So there's a little hole there. The stope continued downwards, and that means that we're kind of walking on a false floor here. Alright, here's a larger section of tunnel. Lots of timbering. More ore chutes, of course. More ore chutes that we can count. This one's completely unplugged. It's kind of cool. You can kind of see how they would have released the ore here. Just removing these boards like so, and the ore would come spilling out into an ore cart. Continuing on this tunnel. Remember, I started from the end and now I'm going back to the main workings. Really impressive support timbers here. There's another ore chute. That's probably like ore chute number 20. This one's also clear. Let's see if I can see anything. That's hard to film. There we go. Fully timbered chute. Carrying on, more chutes. Who even cares about chutes anymore? Cracked timbers. Same old, same old. Pit there, and here's a label for this little side drift, 250Z2, and now we're back in the main workings. Down there is the big collapse, and then to my right is where we came in, and so we've, as far as we're concerned, we've completely explored this level. So we're gonna head back outside, see if we can find another way into the lower level of the mine. Some Hercules powder box fragments. You don't see these very often because people love to take them. Okay, this is a look at the stope we're about to enter, and this goes down to a drift level. I believe it's going to be the lower level from the one we just explored. I'm also going to put on my respirator, so I'm going to be commentating very little in here, but I think this mine speaks for itself, so yeah, we're heading on down that way. I don't know if you can see, hold on. You can see right there, there's some timbers. That's where we're going. That leads to a drift level. This stope pokes out several places to daylight. Here's a look at this ore cart four-way intersection device. Not really sure how that worked. Maybe you guys in the comments will be able to help me out there. Moving forward, you see another ore chute coming down from the 250 level. This one's also not clogged, so I'll stick the camera up there. And now we're kind of looking up into the 250 level. We're looking into one of those little holes we saw on the floor of the tunnel down when we were up there. Alright, continuing onwards. This is looking further down the drift. there's a shaft or a winze right here on my right. And the first thing I noticed here were these two boards with these notches cut out of them. And at the bottom, it looks like there's wear marks or burn marks from heavy wear on those timbers. And I believe these two boards were here to support a windlass, which would have hoisted material out of this winze. Here's a look down this winze. You can see there's just a ladder here now. That only goes down about 30 feet, maybe 20 feet, so it's not that deep. We didn't go down that winze though. It's a little too dangerous for us. Continuing forward, more ore chutes. This one's marked S14. It's possible that the S stands for stope. Maybe all the chutes marked S1 are coming from stope 1, but I'm not sure on that. Right now we're right directly beneath the 250 level that we were just on earlier. Moving forward, we're approaching a four-way intersection, and there's the four-way rail splitter. I think there's a piece or so missing from that thing. Doesn't look like it's fully functional there.
That right also connects to the surface. It looks like someone.
So we took the left branch off that four-way intersection.
This is actually not
You
the
can see
ship.
here there's another winze going down with a ladder. Behind it is a short tunnel that just ends in a collapse or a backfill, I believe.
Definitely saw this.
Alright, continuing to the left of that winze we just saw. This drift goes back a little ways. Here's a ladder going up into the stope. You can see the copper in there. And this drift tunnel just dead ends here. So we'll go back and check out what's behind the winze. Okay, so behind the winze, you can see it's backfilled. And then up here is a raise that ascends to the 250 level. And then turning around here, that's the winze that we were just looking at a little bit ago. There's a shot looking down that winze. It's really not that deep. It's only about 25 feet down. Continuing onward, there's another chute. Next to the chute is a ladder, and to the right is a dead-end tunnel with a ladder going up as well. This ladder over here looks like it might go somewhere, but If you look up here, you can see it's blocked off, presumably because they filled that area with waste rock. Directly on the opposite side of that last ladder is this ladder, and this one goes up into a chute, which is not clogged. You can see up into the stope there. Most of the stopes in this mine are completely backfilled. You also notice on the ground this little box. It might have been some sort of ore cart or something, not sure on that. Continuing onwards, you can see there's another four-way split here. We have a tunnel going forward, a tunnel going left, and a tunnel going right. The entire ceiling in here is timbered. This is looking to the left. This is a left-hand drift. And then looking forward, the crosscut continues for about 15 feet and then dead ends, as you can see. The dead end there. This is looking back toward where we came from, toward the portal. And then again, that's the left-hand drift, and then the right-hand drift has a door. And the door has a little homemade wooden handle, which I thought was pretty cool. And that hole right there is a ventilation tube hole. And the door still opens and closes just fine. And in the next video, we'll continue down this drift and see what we can find.